Welcome, gentle listener. I am Baldermort, your faithful servant. A bit of a change of pace today, as I'm still technically on my break. So much for that idea. But I have been asked by Slitherine to discuss this game. No, I've not received anything from Slitherine, nor am I getting anything from Slitherine, not even a permanent game. This is purely an FYI video on a game that I thought you would enjoy. One fan of Warhammer and gaming to another.
Time flows in contradictions since the invasion. There's an unexpected slowness in the aftermath of an impossible victory. A languid sweetness of air, tasted by the hapless victor. And yet, I also feel the turning of change, and the accumulated minutiae that falls to the survivors. Corpses to be burned, fortifications to be rebuilt, neophytes to be blooded. Regardless of our losses, we are the angels of death, and we are always prepared for war. Not that these are concerns for the fledgling Primaris right now. Balfora is an unforgiving tutor. Dante says that you are blood angels. Prove it! Show me that the blood of the great angel flows within your veins.
Your orders.
Because I am a bit of a cup of tea player. I don't like the fast and furious games anymore, leaning more towards games I can pause and cogitate on, if needs be. Or just answer the phone while the action is held mid-point. Cup of tea playing. But in this wonderful game, we have that most elusive of all commodities. A truly immersive, turn-based experience. Now, many of the kids out there will show you the wham and the bam and the graphics and dissect the gameplay. Well, we all know I'm not great on a computer, and my skills are weak, as they say. But what I do bring to the table is simple. Wonder. So here is a piece of footage I know you will adore, and it's exactly why I will always sing the praises of this game, even though I've only seen small segments of it. So, on to what I found most interesting.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. People are born, they live, they suffer, and die. Rarely of natural causes. Days prior to the fall of Cadia, Dante faced his greatest challenge. High Fleet Leviathan had broken through the Krypton shield, and the Tyranids bore directly for the sacred homeworld of the Blood Angels, Baal. Sons of Sanguinius rallied from the far corners of the galaxy. Complete strangers died side by side as brothers. Yet even this unprecedented congregation could not hold back the Great Devourer. In their darkest moment, the Blood Angels gathered around Lord Commander Dante, a last stand. They gave themselves to the Red Thirst and stood in defiance of the alien. Not for survival, for the chapter was doomed, but for the honor of their sire, the great Angel Sanguinius. And then, pandemonium, the Cicatrix Maledictum opened and tore the galaxy in two. Time stretched, contorted. Demons of Khorne poured across the moon of Baal Primus, tearing at Xenos and Marines alike. Havoc reigned. But just as quickly as it appeared, the Cicatrix Maledictum contracted. It took with it both the demons and vast swathes of High Fleet Leviathan. In their place, the Indomitus Crusade appeared, helmed by the avenging sun himself, Primarch Robute Guilliman. The blessed Primarch didn't just bring relief to Baal. He brought with him the Primaris Space Marines, thousands bearing the mark of the blood drop. The Primaris were larger, stronger, more resilient than their firstborn brethren. But to the Blood Angels, they represented a different kind of salvation. The promise of these super soldiers was of an improved gene line, more pure and closer to that of Sanguinius. Away from prying ears, Archmagos Call whispered that they showed fewer signs of the flaws that plagued the great angel's blood. No more thirst beating at their hearts. No more armor to be painted black. A semblance of normality has since returned to Baal. The monolithic Indomitor's crusade prepares to leave. Commander Dante, now Lord Regent of half of the Imperium, works to heal his chapter and Baal of the trauma suffered at the hands of Leviathan. And on the moon Baal Secundus, Sergeant Carlion hurries to the aid of a sanguinary priest.
Now you see, that wasn't just unto itself brilliant. It was just an indication of the amount of effort they've put in. They're a games company, and yet they really seem to have immersed themselves in the entire setting. They're doing it right. And in this game, there is so much to engage my weakness, for it is beautiful, rich, and interesting. It's like a crusade campaign in miniature, pun intended. And you build up a force of space marines as you attempt to hold off the ravenous and relentless swarms of the Tyranid hive fleets. And not just any space marines.
We are the Bloodblades of Skyfall.
My favourites, of course. The Blood Angels, the Sons of Sanguinius. And they look so good. But you don't just shoot things, you don't just beat them up, you don't just hack them to pieces with the chainsword. You don't just throw grenades, you don't just have the bolt storm explosions, etc. You also get to level up, get upgrades, and take your army through a campaign. Now others have done this before, but in this Warhammer 40K Battlesector, I feel that we come as close to the end product as is possible. Obviously, this is only from the limited amount of play I've had, but oh, it looks good. So Slitherine are having a full afternoon of reveals and discourse on this and other games that they are revealing. It will be starting at 1400. That's 2 o'clock London time today, the 11th of May. So get on over to Twitch and see what more that they will reveal and possibly take a shufti at other releases. Because Slitherine do seem to be a company that still really appreciates its fanbase and listens to it. And that, I feel, should be rewarded.
Thin their numbers. They will not overwhelm us.
Offline, I was afraid only the Xenos had heard my calls for backup. Make haste. My reductor still has work to do.
As you say, brother, the Bloodblades of the Eighth are ever eager to serve the sanguinary priesthood.
And now it's available for pre-order. So don't mess around. Get stuck in. No matter what you do today, do try to make some time for fun. Toodaloo.